As we know, these strikes currently, no resolution in sight. That means disruption for you and your journeys. Let's find out where. The Sun's travel editor, Lisa Minot, is with us. Lisa, good morning. So tell us, where are the big problems going to be? Where are there limited services? Where's it going to be a struggle?
Well, for today, this is going to be the day where the Southeast, the whole of the Southeast, is going to be impacted by the train strikes. And as the days go on between now and next Monday, different areas across the UK are going to see train operating companies and the Aslef members who work there going out on strike. So it's the Southeast today. So we're talking about the likes of Thameslink. That's my local line. I normally get that from Elstree and Borehamwood down into London Bridge. There will just be a limited service today, no trains at all from my station, but a limited service between Luton and London, basically St Pancras, but that's it. Someone like sort of Southend, there's going to be some trains going, but only on an hourly basis. And I think that's going to be the issue across the rest of those networks. So the likes of Gatwick, there is going to be no Gatwick Express, but there will be limited services. You're going to have very, very few trains. We're going to see most trains being cancelled across the likes of Southern, Southwestern. So I mean, it really is going to be Northwestern. They're going to have certain trains, but not all of them. Anybody who's looking to try to get a train today, you must get hold of the National Rail Inquiry's website and check before you go, because limited number of services. And what we've already seen is that because you've got lots of people all trying to get a very few number of services, a lot of overcrowding at stations. And also, this isn't just going to be about in the Southeast. Today, we're going to see trains tomorrow morning starting much later than they normally would do. So for each area, you're going to see the day of the strike action itself seeing thousands of trains cancelled, but also services are going to end earlier the day before, and they're going to start later the day after as well. So a lot of problems for anyone trying to use the railways from now until next Monday.
As you were saying that, Lisa, I was mentally calculating how I am going to get home. And I think I'm basically going to have to get the tube to Wimbledon and then walk 7 miles. To compound the misery, we've just had an announcement. And Lisa, it'd be great to get your reaction to this. More than 300 London Overground workers are going to take industrial action, which includes strikes and action short of a strike. This is going to be on Monday and Tuesday, the 19th and 20th of February, and Monday and Tuesday, the 4th and 5th of March. This involves security, station, revenue and control staff. It does make you wonder whether the government have got control of the railway network, Lisa.
So, I mean, this is the RMT and their members who have now decided that they are going to go out on strike on London Overground. So, I mean, we did have that deal made with the RMT nationwide last year, the end of last year, which was after, a series of very damaging strikes with the RMT members. But obviously now, yet again, we're seeing more industrial action. And in both of these cases, both with Aslef and with the RMT, it's not just about the money, it's about the changes to people's working conditions. It's pay and conditions. And this is where we've got the government very much at odds with the unions in that they want to change how the railway workers are working, when they work, and maybe change some of the sort of quite arcane laws that have been in place for many, many years. And that's where they're getting head to head and saying, the unions are basically saying, we're not having this. You're not changing our working conditions. We want to have a guarantee there's going to be no compulsory redundancies. And then on top of that, they want that pay rise.
Well, Mick Whelan was just talking to us there, representing, of course, he's the head of Aslef, that it's conditions that are critical. Lisa, for us, though, sort of the commuters, what do you do in terms of getting, I don't know what, delay, repay or compensation if your train travel has been totally scuppered this week?
Well, you can get a refund, of course, if you've booked a ticket in advance. But for many of us, that's not the way we travel these days, isn't it? We are used to just tapping our phones, especially if we're on those sort of intercity routes. So yes, you can get your money back. But I think the real issue is going to be for many people, I'm okay, I can work from home. But for those of us who are unable to work from home, those of us who have to be at our place of employment, this is going to be something that's really damaging. Hopefully, the fact that it's just one day per week that people are going to be impacted across the country will make it slightly less, it cushions the effect slightly in that for me, it's just today. I can actually use the railways for the rest of this week. But it does mean that we're talking about this issue every single day this week as different areas have different Aslef members going out on strike. And I think that's exactly what they want. They want to keep the story current in the news so that something is done to actually come to an end of this dispute after, as you say, almost 2 long years.
It sounds like, Lisa, you've got sympathy with the strikers.
Not so much with the strikers. I'm saying sympathy with the people who are trying to use the railways at the moment. I know I've used railways and have been using the railways all of my working life, and it is becoming frustrating. But it's almost something that I think, for someone like me, as I say, I'm very fortunate. I can work from home. It's those I feel sorry for, are the ones who can't work from home.
Who can't get to work, and then therein lies part of the problem. And a strike has to hurt to work. But I think after 18 months, some people are feeling pretty fed up. Lisa, thank you so much for giving us a steer about where the disruption's going to be.